So are you customer focused or are you internally focused? Now, I guess like most people, you'd say, yeah, sure, I'm customer focused. But what if you were to ask your customers? I wonder what they would say. Let me tell you about someone I know this year who has demonstrated being customer focused. Claire runs a retro music and dancing industry, a business, and she puts on, amongst other things, an annual event. She calls it Humdingers, and it's usually a long weekend down near Weston-super-Mare. And I've been going there for some years. It was due to be on the first weekend of April. Clearly, at the beginning of March, end of February, it wasn't going to go ahead. So the first thing she did was she contacted everybody and gave us all a choice. Did we want to have a full refund now, later, or put it towards next year? And she followed up with everybody to make sure they had it what they wanted. But it didn't stop there. The weekend it was due to be on, she put a whole weekend of live events throughout the whole time, Saturday and Sunday, on Facebook. She had most of the bands, or many of the bands that were due to be there, playing. She had many of the DJs. She'd arranged fashion shows for the ladies. There were competitions. There were even couples who could dance together giving dance lessons. She was online most of the time, engaging with the comments, commenting back and forth in her retro outfits, feeling the energy and putting the energy out, as were most of the DJs and bands. It wasn't as good as being, the actual live event, but it was the next best thing. Now, why do I talk just about Claire? Well, for the last 30 years or so, dance has been my life. A lot of going to gigs has been a large part of me. And I believe that dancing can come across directly. A lot of the links from dancing come into business. And I'm going to talk about how when you communicate through dancing, there are two strings that will relate to business. There's the music, and then there's the connection, the dance connection. So let's think about the music. The music has got the rhythm, and you've got to listen to the beat, take the focus off you and focus on what's going on. It's got the pitch, the pace, it's got the undertone. And in music, most music consists of 12-bar blues or 32-beat swing. Not all, but most. And there are 4 beats in a bar, and 2 bars make the 8 beats, which typically things go in patterns of 8. So the music might go something like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a 1, 2, 3, 4, as it starts again, if it's a 32-beat swing. And we need to be listening to that rhythm. And we need to be in tune to that rhythm. Now, I've seen many new people dancing and they're just doing moves, totally oblivious to the rhythm. And their focus is not on their partner. And if it's the lead out of rhythm, then the lady's really struggling to keep up. Now, you put that into business. What has that rhythm got to do? We're not listening to the undertones. Have you seen people who are just so fixed on doing their script, their own thing, that they're not actually listening to the customer? They're not actually attuned to the customer. They're not playing to their wishes. They're doing their thing. I've got my script and I'm going to do it. Or a sales presentation, as I have seen, when the salesman just gives their delivery, even though the customer has switched off because it's not answering their questions. So it's about customer focus. Let's look at the dance connection now. See, there's a subtle connection. If I'm dancing with the lady doing Lindy Hop, it's a very subtle move. I don't jerk my hands, I move my body. I move if I want to lead her, and it's very gentle. And I can feel when she wants to do something, when she wants to go off piste and play. And my role is to let the lady shine. It's about building rapport. You must have rapport. And it's about empathizing and building empathy. And that comes directly into business. We need to build rapport first. We have to imagine the position the customer's in and imagine how we would be if we were looking to do the same thing. We have to be focused on that customer and give them what they want, not what we want. And we have to look at the non-verbal communication, the facial expressions. We need to listen to those undertones, but we need to watch what's going on. And if we are customer focused, then when we are in rapport and we are having empathy and we are getting on. So business really has a lot to do with dance, and it's a lot to do with focusing on the customer. Now, let me take you back to Claire. You see, Claire not only did that weekend events, but for the next 6 months solid, every Saturday afternoon, 2 hours on Facebook Live, playing music, asking for requests, engaging with people, smiling in her retro outfit, in her lounge. She invited us into her lounge. Since then, she's also been promoting the band, pointing out to people, this band's playing here, they're playing there. Please do support them, buy their CDs, because she's focusing on the customers and on the suppliers. So I really believe that you don't have to focus on the customer and the other person. But if you want to come out of this pandemic, staying in business and succeeding, then you need to focus on the customer.